Yo, Joe! Today we are looking at the brand new G.I. Joe Classified Series Law and Order. Hey, what's shaking, what's baking? Welcome to yet another video from Hero City Toy Reviews. Today we have the brand new G.I. Joe Classified Series Law and Order. I just received this today, about half an hour ago. So this is brand new. Ordered back, I think January or February was the pre-order. It arrived today, earlier than expected. Again, I know there are some videos out there already of people who've received theirs, mostly in the United States. I am in Canada, so we always get things later, of course. So right in the front of the box, of course, G.I. Joe Classified Series. You got Christopher Law, Levine, and Order. So Law and Order, as we know them. This is number 157 of the G.I. Joe Classified Series. Of course, you can see him and his canine partner in there in all their glory. The helmet, the dog, the accessories, the weapons, the different hands. One side of the box, some really cool artwork. Love that. The MP Law himself and his canine Order, of course. And that's the other side. And of course, the back of the box. Nice pose. Looks like Order there, detecting a bomb. Some close-ups of his suit, the badge, and the MP canine on the shoulder. Or sorry, I should say on the arm, I guess. And a nice shot of him with some someone in the background there. Don't know quite who that is. Very cool box. You can see I got this from Amazon, so if you are a collector that cares about your box, don't order from Amazon because they do this a lot. Some random label was on there that they've ripped off, and also a little bit there on the front. So if you do care, if you are an inbox collector, Amazon's not usually very good at their boxes. You can see that kind of corners all dinged up. I personally display my stuff, so this doesn't bother me too much, but just keep that in mind. Most of us already know that, but if you are thinking of ordering from Amazon, this is a chance that you take. Might not get the best box. So of course, Law's real name is Christopher Levine. He holds the rank of Specialist E4. He was born in Houston, Texas. He did serve as a police officer in the 5th Ward of Houston for about 2 years before he wanted a more fulfilling way to serve. So he enlisted with the MPs, military police, and with his German Shepherd Order. Fun fact, if you're a hardcore G.I. Joe collector, you might know this. Most people don't know this. Hasbro was known to sculpt a lot of the original figures from the 80s based on actual staff members of Hasbro. In this case, the original figure, which was released in 1987, was sculpted after Kirk Poseability, Hasbro executive, who was also one of the main guys responsible for bringing back G.I. Joe in 1982, the Real American Hero series. And of course, Law and Order and his partner were part of the group called Rawhides, a group of new Joe recruits that were trained by Beachhead. And to my surprise, I do remember this figure, the original one. I do have it somewhere. I just couldn't find it for this video, but to my surprise, Law and Order apparently were only in one episode of the cartoon series, and I don't know why I remember this character so much. He was one of my favorite characters growing up. Like I said, I had the original figure with the dog, and he was always my favorite. So it's very surprising to me that he only appeared in one episode, apparently. And he was in one episode, and then he appeared in the G.I. Joe movie back in the day. I in my mind, he appeared in many more, but I don't know. I guess he only appeared in one, but he was memorable because as soon as the action figure came out, I remember getting him, and he was my favorite, still is my favorite to this day. Law and Order. Absolutely love this character. Okay, so like I said before, let's get this guy open and see what he's all about. All right, there they are out of the box. Let's start with all the accessories first. So first thing first, really cool head sculpt for Order here for the dog. I'm probably going to display him with this one, a more aggressive look, and compared to the nice friendly tongue out. We'll get to him in a sec. So lots of different hands. Apparently these are all different dog commands. I'm not a dog trainer. I don't own a dog, so I don't know. Obviously the pointing finger, look there, flat hand like that. That's the other hand there. Of course, you got just a fist. Another finger pointing. And this one. So apparently they're all dog commands. Okay, now accessories. So you got Order's mask here with the goggles. I guess when he's looking for bombs or whatever, they put this on, just like on the back of the box. Cool mask there. Now for law. So there you go. So there's this nightstick, like any police officer back in the day. Pair of handcuffs. Let's get the tape off. Very cool there. Got his knife. Looking good. Handgun, of course. Looks all right. And you got his Uzi to match the green and black of his uniform. I like the accessories. Very, very well done. Lots of accessories here. I like that. So let's have a quick closer look at Order. So there's the head sculpt. Looks like a nice German Shepherd, friendly with his tongue out. Canine vest on with the handle there, so you can hang on to him, of course. Canine vest looks cool. I got articulation on his legs. Move like that. They bend. The ankles bend, which is cool. The head goes up and down a little bit, side to side. Tail. Move the tail up and down, of course. Same articulation on the back, hips and knees and joints. Very good head sculpt of the dog here, I gotta say. All right, let's move on to law. Again, one of my favorite Joes. Helmet comes separately. So let's look at the head sculpt. Looks awesome. I wish I had my original to show you guys to compare, but I did move recently, so he's still in a box somewhere. So head sculpt is pretty good. Head side to side, up and down. Of course, the helmet goes on just like that. Always looks better with this helmet on. Full uniform. You got the nice detailed badge there. DMP/K9, military police, armband. This does move up and down, as you can see. So it was kind of loose when I took it out of the box. It was about there. I wish it was fixed on, but gotta try and make that hold. Of course, his vest. He's got the nice radio with a wire that's loose like that. He's got his holster. This will close down. Put the gun in there in a second. Let's look through his belt. Pouch there. Flashlight there. Does not removable. Handcuffs there, not removable. Assuming that's a handcuff pouch. And the nightstick holder is there. A couple of holsters on his legs. Sorry, just one holster on his leg. And another pouch on this side. Knee pads. Of course, the work boots. And typical hole here for a backpack, which he does not have. And you can see the helmet is also kind of weathered and scraped up and used. It means he's been busy with his partner here looking for bombs and looking for bad guys for Cobra. Very cool, very nice design. I'm loving the colors. The blue, red, and green, and the white helmet just stands out. Very different from all the other Joes in the classified line that you're going to put on your shelf. A lot more colors to this guy, and just like the original, the blue is a more baby blue or light blue, you want to call it. But this looks good. I'm very happy with the way this guy looks. Quite good. I love the radio there, the holsters, the helmet. I mean, this looks amazing. Very happy. Like I said, he's my favorite Joe, even though he didn't show up in many episodes, probably just one, but I don't know. I loved the toy when I got it, so he's always my favorite guy. Him and his canine partner. So loving what they've done here. Looking very nice, very detailed. Love the colors. Green, white, red, and blue just match so well. Love the look of this guy. So happy I finally got him. I pre-ordered this guy day one as soon as they announced him, because I was really waiting for him in the classified line. Again, being my favorite guy. So, all right. So let's look at some articulation. All right, typical articulation: head side to side, up and down. Arms go up, of course. Elbows bend. Okay, they go up like that as well. The wrists move around. Same for that side. The waist, it's got a lot of gear, so it doesn't move too much, but can turn a little bit. Legs go up. Knee bend. Some articulation in the ankle. Looks pretty good. Typical classified articulation, of course. Let's have a quick measurement of this guy with his helmet off. Let's see what we got. So down to the floor. He is, oh guys, they claim 6 or 7 inches, but this guy's not even 6 inches, so he's 5.5. at best. With his helmet on, let's see. Let's get his helmet on and see the difference. 5.5, a lot closer to 6, but still not quite 6 inches. So these aren't really 6-inch figures. I mean, for the most part, they're close, but not quite. All right, this accessories. Is there a knife holster? Let's see. Where can his knife go? Don't see a knife holster. Lots of holsters, but none for his knife. Okay, let's try his handgun right here. On his pant leg, that fits in nicely. Nightstick can go right in the loop, of course. Right there. He's got his nightstick. The Uzi he can just hold. Of course, now that fell out. Let's try and put the Uzi in. I'll be right back. I'll get all this on and then show you guys. So after looking around, he comes with a knife, but there is no place for the knife. That's unfortunate. So if I had anything negative to say, it's that. I don't like when they do this kind of stuff. Why include a knife accessory and not have a small knife holster anywhere on his pants, on his vest? Very easy to do. I don't understand why he does not have a knife holster. So this has to go back in the box, or obviously you're going to lose it. Or keep it somewhere where you normally keep your extra accessories, because to me it's dumb. I don't know why you'd pose him with a knife. I guess it's an option, but I'm not going to pose him with a knife, so I have to keep this in his box or I will lose this. I find that absolutely stupid. With all these holsters and these pouches and everything else on his belt, he's got a little loop there, you know, could have made that a little bigger, stick the knife in it, something like that. I don't know, but there's no place for the knife. Another thing is, like I said, is this MP armband just keeps like writing down. I wish this was more painted on or fixed on the figure. I like it there where the sleeve is, and it keeps falling off like that, so that's a little bit annoying. But anyways, like I said, other than that, absolutely love them. Just a couple of small gripes with it. All right, there he is. Got everything on just to show you guys. So I made a mistake before. This is the Uzi holster. I just have it here in his hand. That's where the handgun goes. Of course, the billy club or nightstick in here, and the handcuffs just kind of hang here. I mean, you gotta be careful with these. I think they're gonna get lost if you're not careful. This pouch is kind of open on the side here. It's hard to do with one hand. Like that. They won't stay on there very well. That pouch is open right there. These might fall out, so just be careful with the handcuffs, but that's how the things go. Looks cool. I changed his hand to a pointy finger, and I changed the order to the more aggressive look. So obviously you can pose them a million different ways, however you like, with the different hands. Of course, you can put him kneeling down if you want. You get the idea. Anyways, I don't want to waste too much time on the video doing that, but you get the idea. You can do a million different poses here. Love the accessories. Like the sculpting. Really like the colors of the uniform. Looks great. Looks great. Very happy to add him to my collection. I should say them to my collection. Great sculpting on the dog, on order. Great sculpting on Law. Again, my favorite G.I. Joe. Great addition to any Joe fan, any Joe collection. Happy, very happy to have him in mine. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think of this G.I. Joe Classified Series release. One of the more iconic characters from 1987. Looks awesome. Love it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, guys. That channel's fairly new, so any likes, comments, subscriptions, please like, subscribe, all that stuff. Really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.